Hi everyone, it is time to do another picture from this page from Tiny Year by Agotapop, the Colouring Heaven magazine. Now I have some news about the issue, that it's possible that there might be a way of getting hold of a copy, particularly in the UK where it's it's sold out online and it's getting difficult to find it in the shops, but I haven't had it completely confirmed yet, but it's quite exciting news. However, in the meantime, we are going to colour in this picture here. Now, I wasn't necessarily going to do this one because it's quite simple, but actually it's just what I feel like doing today. Something a little bit more simple. Let's come in. I'm just looking at the light and trying to figure out. Oops, just getting my book in the right position. Sorry, there we go, trying to figure out how it is working. There we are. Okay, I might put my lamp a little bit closer. Hasn't made any difference at all to the it looks very bright to my eye, but on the screen it isn't quite so much. My camera adjusts. Right, let's get on. Now we have an envelope of hearts. It's very sweet. And I'm going to start by colouring the actual envelope. I'm never quite sure what colour to colour envelopes, but because we have a heart theme, I'm going to go for the pink. So the light magenta, we're using our Polychromos again. And I'm just going to put quite a light layer. I want it to be fairly pastel-y looking. This is our sort of, probably our lightest pink shade. So I'm just going to sort of keep it quite light and try and make it even. It's not easy to do that. It's hard to give tips as well on how to get it looking even. I think it's easier with a small area. So here it's a little bit easier. If I was trying to do the whole of this background, it'd be really hard. What I tend to do is have a look as I go, and if there are any bits that look a little bit paler, I just do another layer of colour. And I try not to press too hard so I don't get significantly darker bits. There we go. So I hope everyone's well today. It's a new day for me. It is actually 10 o'clock. I'm starting quite late, but I've been doing some bits and pieces of admin-y type housekeeping on my business, I suppose, which I've been meaning to do for ages. And I started it as my husband was getting ready for work, so he leaves about 9:20, and it just took a bit longer. And then my son got up. One of my sons is at uni today all day, but my other son got up, and so I had a cup of coffee. Made a cup of coffee because he was having his breakfast and he just boiled the kettle. So I was having that and doing a few other bits and pieces. Yeah, so I was doing a bit of promotional work. It's something that I find hard. I'm going to put a dark bit here where I think there'll be a bit of a shadow from the edge of the envelope. And then I'm thinking we might also have a bit here, like that, and here, and on this side. So yeah, I was updating my Ko-fi shop, changing the order of the things in there to make it hopefully a little bit easier, because the Christmas stuff was still at the top and it's really cumbersome to move things around. You have to sort of drag them, and I decided to move them from the top to the bottom, and I timed it, and it took 90 seconds to move one item from top to bottom. So it was taking its time, but anyway, got there in the end. Now let's have a think. Ribbon. I've gone out with the lines there, but hey ho. I think we might stick with pinks and purples. It's actually what I did on the last one when I did this page before, but it wasn't on video. So I'm going to use the mauve, a really deep sort of purpley colour here, violet really this is. I don't know why it's called mauve. So I'm going to do a lightish layer because I want to put a little bit of shadow at the bottom. I'm not sure what day this video is going out, whether it's Valentine's Day quite yet, but I hope everyone has a nice day or had a nice day. Whatever you do, whether you're celebrating on your own with a bit of self-love, whether you're celebrating with a partner or friend, family member or whatever. I know in some countries people send Valentine's gifts to their kids as well as their spouses and things like that. In the UK we don't do that. I'm going to make the bottom darker and the top. I want it to look like it's sort of a bit rounded. I'm trying to get my hand around the right way, so it's going to work under there and under there. Yeah, so we don't tend to sort of celebrate outside of your partner, although sort of Galentine's is a thing, I think, for some people. But everything is just so expensive, you know, eating out and flowers and chocolates and everything the prices just go up hugely, and it just feels like a big rip-off, so I just didn't want anything to do with it really. So, but this year my husband's going to be home from work and my kids will be out, so we'll have a little time together, which will be nice. So I don't know whether we might go out somewhere, but we don't eat out or do gifts or anything like that. Nothing too extravagant. Now what I want to do is a little bit messy, so I'm going to use a white to just fill in the gaps in between where I've outlined that in dark colour, and I'm hoping it's going to sort of bring it together a little bit. So this is my Prismacolor white. I don't want it darker in the centre area, you see, but I want it a bit neater looking. So I'm thinking if I can just put a bit of white on there, it might just help it look a little bit tidier. Oh, my hands are cold this morning. I had really heavy frost. Well, actually it wasn't that heavy, to be fair. I'm just being a wimp. It wasn't too bad, but my husband was running a little bit late, and I'm going to just do the hearts in random colours. I'm going to start with this, which is the light red violet, and just pick random colours, pinks and purples, and just go for it. Yeah, he was running a little bit late, so I went out and helped him. Firstly, the bin men had been, so I needed to move some of they always just chuck the empty bins everywhere, so I needed to put some away so that they weren't in his way, and also he would have done it if I hadn't, so it just saved him a bit of time. Helped him scrape the windows of the car, and he got off okay, but he was a bit nervous today because he needs to ask his boss for holiday. He always gets nervous about asking about taking time off, but the project he's working on is running out of money, so if he takes a bit of time off, it means they'll save some money. So, sorry, I should have told you what this colour was, so you could have been finding it while I was sharpening violet. But she has been in a bit of a mood, and I said to him, start your meeting and just ask her how she is, if there's something going on, you know, because she hasn't been happy, you know, to be sort of sympathetic first, and then she might be a bit more open about you, say, you know, and if it's to do with the budgets being tight, then you can say, well, I've got some good news. I can take some time off, so I won't be costing you any money, sort of thing. You know, go for that sort of approach. This is middle purple pink. So we'll see. But we had my son had his interview. My other son had his interview yesterday for his placement year, which he's doing an accountancy company. It seemed really good. He said it was just an informal chat. They said he dressed up, you know, put his suit on and stuff, and he was a bit nervous and he wasn't completely sure of the way, so I sort of took him so that he knew where to go. It was fine. I was always going to be in that town because my other son had a hospital appointment. It was all fine. He just had to check up. It was all good. He was in there about half an hour, and they basically told him what department they felt that he would fit into and things like that based on his CV, which apparently had been passed around the office for them to look at. But they take on apprentices and things like that, so he was asking them about how what he was doing would be a bit different to the apprentices. They said their apprentices are 16 and he's 19, so he'd be more customer facing and that sort of thing, which is quite interesting. So anyway, he will hear by the end of next week, so we've got a little bit of time to wait. I seem to have done all the purple on this side and all the pink on this side. I'm gonna go for this one. It's all a bit random. Pink Madder Lake. I'm just nattering and colouring. It's fun. So you can see I'm trying to go a little bit darker around the edge of these hearts. I don't know why. It's just what I'm doing. So it's just how it's turning out. Anyway, so he came out and that was good. He was happy with how it had gone, so that was important. And was all. My husband had the time off to sort of take my son to his hospital appointment. Anyway, so it all worked out well. We are all organised and everything. I'm going to do a purple one here. This is the purple violet. It's really hard for you to see the colour. Purple violet. There we go. Now I did have someone comment on the video saying I wasn't always very clear when I said the pencil names, and so they asked me if I could try and be a bit clearer when I was pronouncing the names. I'm sorry about that. I did say to them, which I thought I'd tell everyone, that the pencil names and all numbers are all in the description, so you can have a look there, and that might be a bit more helpful if you're not able to follow along with what I'm saying. I had to occasionally make a mistake, which someone pointed out to me the other day, which is really appreciated. So if you find I've done it wrong, let me know, because I put the wrong number or something, and it's always useful for me to change it, just because I put it there to help people, and if I've done it wrong, that's really annoying. So I'm really grateful for that. Just to say, oh, you did it wrong, that's fine. I mean, I know I make mistakes, and that's fine. I'm just human. Light purple, pink, so I don't get upset by people going, you've done that wrong. And it's really easy to change. When I make spelling mistakes in my swatch charts, especially the comparison swatch charts, that's much harder to change. So yeah, the comparison swatch charts take a long time. So yeah, changing them is tricky. But videos are dead easy. You just go in, it's just like editing any document. You just go in, click, change, you know, save, blah, done. It's easy. Whereas a swatch chart, of course, I can change the blank one easily, because I just have to change it and then save it, then export it as a PDF and then re-upload the file to, it's a bit longer, but it's okay. But with I think I'm gonna do the not that one. I'm trying to find the right pencil. I'm gonna do the blue violet. Oh, it's so hard to see, isn't it? Yeah. So, but if I redo the swatched one, I have to re-swatch it all. It takes half a day to swatch a 150 pencil swatch chart if I do it right, and sometimes I swatch the wrong colour in the wrong box, I have to start all over again, so those are much harder. I have occasionally cheated slightly and reprinted if there's a typo in the colour name, I've reprinted it and glued it on top and then scanned it. You may have noticed sometimes they don't 100% line up, but fuchsia, hopefully the spelling mistakes are forgivable and not too annoying. So try my hardest, but I think some people like to work slowly and get things out that are absolutely perfect. I prefer to work a bit faster, have a little bit of a less accuracy and get you a lot more content out. You know, there are pros and cons. So this is crimson, my last colour. Oh my goodness, you can't see it. I'm going to sharpen it. So yes, as I say, there are different approaches to everything, and I expect that some people find my approach doesn't suit them, and that's absolutely fine. There are lots of different people online doing videos, and that's the joy. You can pick and choose. I don't see it as a competition. I see it that we complement each other, and it enables people to find what they want to see. Now, I'm just trying to think about what to do with these hearts. Do I want to make them look a little bit more three-dimensional? Yeah, I'm going to try something. I'm going to grab the Paynes Grey and try a little bit of something. You don't have to do this. What I'm going to do is just put a little bit of grey around the edge of each one, and I'm hoping it will make them look slightly more 3D. Now, you don't want to put down too much. You don't want to just make it look like it's dirty, which is always the risk when you use a colour like this. When you've got a darker purple, you can put down a bit more to make it show up, but when you've got a light pink like this one, you just want a tad. A tad being a very exact measure, obviously. You all know what that means. In fact, sometimes you only want a tiny tad, even less. But it's always wise to, if you're not confident, to slowly build up layers rather than putting down a thick layer first and then regretting it. But it's not always easy. Okay, so I prefer that. I don't know if you can see the difference. I can. But I also want to put a little bit of shadow here on the edge of the envelope. And then a little bit in between them. Make sure you go right up to the line, she says to herself. Just a little bit here in between. They look a little bit more 3D. Sometimes it works better than other times, but I'm giving it a go, seeing what happens. Let's have a look. I need a bit more under here. Sometimes you do need to layer it up a little bit more. I need to sharpen my pencil. I think that's going to help me. That's better. So I'm just going along here. So we're trying to put it down quite thickly. I am tired today. I was so absolutely exhausted yesterday. I don't know why I was so tired. I think it's been quite a tiring time, to be honest. Quite stressful. But I did a lot of walking yesterday. Out and about a lot, but also working quite a bit. So I guess a lot going on. There we go. I think I'm going to leave that there. Now, on an envelope, you would normally get a little bit of sticky along there. I haven't got one handy, but a bit of shine. So if you wish, you could get your Wink of Stella if you've got or a glaze pen that, I don't know if Wink of Stud has got glitter in, so I'm talking rubbish. Ignore that. If you've got a clear glaze pen that just creates a shine, you could just put a little bit along there where the glue would be. That would look quite nice, wouldn't it? My glaze pen's black, so I'm not going to be doing that. So I'm going to leave that as it is. But there we go. Thank you for watching today. I enjoyed that. I thought it was going to be too simple really, but actually I think it was it's come out okay. So thank you for watching. I'll probably do maybe just one more from this page, and then we'll probably move on from Valentine's, I think, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't completely decided, so we'll see. But thank you for watching today. Hope you have a lovely day and happy colouring.